Yeah.
Oh, dang it. I knew I was going to forget. Okay, intro the show.
Hey, how's it going? Another WAN show, gonna be great as per usual. We've got awesome topics.
No, not as per usual. We've actually got a lot of great topics today.
Well, no, but the show is always awesome. That's the point.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even when it's bad, it's like not that bad. See how that works? Yeah. Anyways, iPhones are apparently not for bad guys. So only evil people use Androids is what I'm deferring from that. That doesn't need to make sense. Don't worry about it. Microsoft drops Xbox Series X tech specs, and they're actually pretty exciting. Slickwarps apologizes to customers after comically bad data breach. Essentially just everything. Wow, that's great. Yeah, let's just stick with that. That's the This is the WAN show now.
Wait, what's going on?
Look at me. I am your captain now.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys saw that?
Yeah, that was what the stream saw.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the U.S. Senate is going to give small ISPs $1 billion to remove Huawei and ZTE network hardware. Exciting. Intro screen. Ah.
What are you looking at?
It was just my face.
Oh. I didn't know those cameras show that on the output. Is that...
Here, you gotta slide that.
Oh, okay. Brought to you by Vessi Footwear. Displate. CIA. All right. So, I have an exciting announcement to make.
Okay. A fourth one? I'm kidding.
A fourth one? Okay. So, do you remember the very first piece of LTT merch we ever did? Do you still have yours?
It. Yeah,
You still have
of
yours.
course.
Okay. So
I
this
also
is,
have the mod version.
Yeah, so this is the classic bro fist, and the shirt I'm wearing is actually the first ever LTT merch shirt. It was super weird. I think it's still on Cafe Press, actually. Hold on. CafePress.com. Cafe Press still exists, right?
Yeah, apparently.
All right.
I haven't heard of them in a long time, but
Linus Tech Tips. Let's see. No match.
No.
Okay. Linus. Oh, stop. Sites that take over your frickin' cursor are bad. Wait, why is it gifts? This is a bad site. It's a bad site for bad people.
It just automatically puts in GIFs.
Oh, man. Linus Unbox, maybe?
Oh, it's that shirt.
Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. It used to be on Cafe
So that was
Press.
LTT merch, but not LMG merch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this was the first ever LMG shirt. We are finally updating it. Not really updating it. It's completely different. But there's a new WAN shirt
Oh my.
on LTT Store .com.
Oh my. This is a cool way of doing it.
Oh. See, that's what I had forgotten to do. That's why I was putting on a bunch of shirts
Got it.
over there. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah. And so for people who don't know what it stands for, weekly analysis and news.
There's some of that.
And also wide area network, because I love double entendres.
Yeah.
So it was...
That's the actual reason why it has that name.
That's the actual reason it has that name. I was just trying to come up with something that sounded more professional than the wide area network show. So it was just supposed to be like the internet show.
Yeah.
Like the show on the internet.
Yeah.
Like the WAN show. Hey, get it? Because it's streaming on the internet.
Did we even tell people right away? I feel like we told people later on what it stood for.
I'm not sure. We might not have told people right away.
Either way, what it stands for, not important.
So yeah, new shirt, LTTstore.com. Let's jump right into our first topic of the day. According to director Ryan Johnson.
Oh, one quick thing just for Nick. There's relatively new shipping rates. So
that's right. Yeah, shipping is a lot cheaper now, especially outside of Canada.
Yeah, so if it's been a while since you've checked it, maybe check again. They're cheaper now. I don't know the exact prices, but they're notably cheaper now.
Long story, but basically we found a whole bunch of stealth hoodies at the warehouse. Nick was like, hey, good news. We have way more stealth hoodies than I said we had. And I'm like, okay, that's good news because it means we're not out of stock yet. But that's really bad news because it means we're not tracking our inventory properly. So we need to crack the whip on that a little bit. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you can pick up the new WAN shirt, stealth hoodie, all that good stuff. All right. So posted by Phil104 on the forum. The original source is from bbc.co.uk, according to director Ryan Johnson. And you didn't even get as far as letting me say his name without jumping in when we were chatting about this pre-show. What is your deal? You're just gonna sulk there. You're not.
No.
Use your words. You need to use your words.
He hurt me
Where did he touch you?
in my Star Wars.
It's your Star Wars.
I know there's different opinions on this, and I don't want to start a war. I personally do not appreciate
A Star War? I had to.
Oh, that's brutal. I personally do not appreciate the things. I was going to say contribution, but I was like, I don't think that's a worthy word. The things that he did to Star Wars and the Star Wars universe.
You're just
Almost
upset
any of
because
it.
Mark Hamill.
That's part of it.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to get way too far into that. Basically, I find this part of something that he had to do with kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
For his latest film, which is a crime mystery. Wow, surprising. There's one character who couldn't have an iPhone because they're like a bad guy.
Yeah. So I actually watched this movie like a couple days ago. It's called Knives Out.
Knives Out. So this would be assumedly whatever Knives Out 2 is going to be. I'm assuming.
Oh, I guess so.
Because he was talking about like.
No, this seems to be past tense. Yeah. Seems to be past
really?
tense.
Okay.
So here's the funny thing. I remember running into this quite a little while ago. So in Apple's T's and C's for their products, you actually agree by opening it and by like clicking I agree. You actually agree that you will not show their logo is one of the things you agree to. And you agree that you will not like use it for like video production purposes or something like that. Like I remember reading through it and it's like you're not allowed to show the Apple logo on a thing you bought.
But they like individually waive that for good guys?
But it's in their terms of service that they can come after you for it, but they, for the most part, don't enforce it.
Yeah, okay.
Because I was looking at that going, I only ran into it back when we were trying to do a review of like the iPhone SE or something like that. That was when I became aware of it because I just like I saw it there and I was like, what? How am I supposed to? Yeah, how am I supposed
can I
to do
review this?
Yeah, without what do I have to tape over the stupid thing like I'm filming a commercial?
Put a pear on it?
Yeah, exactly. That went pear-shaped fast. Hey, so I ended up looking into how someone can possibly enforce what you can or cannot do with an object that you buy.
Yeah.
Because it's a really gray area. So on the one hand, they own that logo. Like that's their trademark and copyright and blah, 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 blah. But on the other hand, it's not my fault they put it on the thing I bought. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, wait, no, sorry, hold on. Yeah, we can take the family picture. Let me just put my phone away so the logo's not showing because I promised Apple I wouldn't show it to anybody. Like, and it's not even in Apple's best interest to have people hiding their Apple logos. Like, why
It
would,
specifically isn't.
yeah, why would they even want that? Unless they're hiding the Apple logos for bad guys. So in Knives Out, I think I'm not really spoiling anything because it's a murder mystery. Someone's got to be the bad guy. Apparently, Apple has a policy, so they did not allow the bad person to use an iPhone because they have a policy where you're allowed to use iPhones in movies. Oh, thank you, gracious Apple. We can promote your product for free. Oh, yes, thank you. Please bestow upon me more thy blessings. But only if it's a good guy. So it seems like if I were to watch another murder mystery sometime in the future, I could now have the movie spoiled for me by Apple's inane policy.
So if there's like a bunch of people with iPhones and then one person with not an iPhone, you're like, oh, Well, okay.
This is one of those things that I don't go as far as some of our viewers do on this, where there's people out there that don't understand why brands don't want their product running as like a YouTube pre-roll on a very controversial video, for example.
Sure.
You know, like why, I don't know that this is their policy. I'm just going to pick a name, wallstore.com or whatever, okay? It's not a real company, or
Nice.
unless it is. Okay, hold on a second. Realfakewalls.com. Okay, wallstore.com. Is this the thing?
It's just camped.
Domain has
I
expired.
actually kind of expected that to be a thing.
Wallstore.com. Hold on a second. Please tell me this is available. I want wallstore.com. Can't be.
There was a domain purchased on a Friday, and the accounting department came to me asking if we bought it on WAN Show because they couldn't figure out who bought it.
We do that sometimes.
I was like, no.
Okay,
not this
well,
one.
I bet they would come to you if we bought this one.
Yeah,
Wallstore.com,
probably.
50 grand, no problem. I mean, it's only Canadian rubles. That's like 40 grand.
Yeah.
So, sorry, what were we talking about again? No, yes, right. So I get it. I get why a brand wouldn't want their name and their logo right before, some very graphic or disturbing video, or
Especially Wall Store. They spent so much money on their domain.
yeah, or one that expresses views that some people might associate with their brand and that they consider doesn't represent their brand values. I understand that. Sort of. Like, on the one hand, I see I see both sides of this one. Because on the one hand, I can see why a brand doesn't want their logo right next to, what if the first frame of this video is like someone screeching F words about, some ethnic minority or something. Like, you don't need that. It's kind of like when people take out of context, well, I'm not saying that guy whose name starts with an H was right. I'm just saying, where people just take that clip. Like, it's just not helpful. You know what I mean? For their image. But I also see the argument where people say, look, who is stupid enough to think that some ad running on YouTube somehow means that that brand
there
endorses, baby slavery or whatever,
There is
right?
some stuff that's a little funky with that, though, because
There is.
because you can buy ads and target them. So, like, when you said something that could be stereotypically related to a brand, but they don't want it to be there because they don't agree with that association, if they just spread their video out randomly, it could land there, and then people could think that it was targeted for that, and then that reinforces that idea. It's because there is manipulation behind the scenes, it makes it a little bit worse.
And people could assume that it was on purpose, I guess is what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a fair point. But I also think that some of it gets to the point of being kind of irrational. So we had a recent episode of Tech Linked where we discussed the ongoing health problem in the world.
Yep.
And we got a yellow $ instead of a green one, which meant limited advertising. And
That's ridiculous.
Well, yes and no. See, again, I see it from both sides because, don't touch your eyes, by the way. That's bad. I was touching my eyes. Don't do that.
I
It's a great
scratched
way
my
to get
nose.
sick.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, on the one hand, that seems ridiculous. Just because someone is talking about, let's say I have a video coming out tomorrow on the Linus Tech Tips channel where I'm going to be discussing what I think are going to be the effects on pricing and availability of computer hardware due to the manufacturing shutdowns. And I end up tiptoeing around naming the issue that's going on because if I talk about it directly, I'm afraid that my video is going to get demonetized. That seems absurd.
It feels like a monetization version of like speech control to a certain degree.
But the flip side is I can see how if I'm an advertiser or if I'm the YouTube platform, I don't want everybody and their dog jumping onto the latest viral spread or the latest mass shooting or the latest, genocide or whatever it is, making, that video. This thing was so bad, and just talking about nothing for 10 minutes so they can cash in on a hot keyword. I also have a pretty strong objection to that behavior. Just making sure that you're the first to make a video about and
Yeah.
the first to tweet about how bad something is. You know it's bad. Thank you very much for that. We have brains. We can think. We know
Yeah,
it's
so I
bad.
guess it's hard to
So-
automatically differentiate
Yes.
between the content that has that subject in it that is quality and the content that has that subject in it that is just a waste of space and time.
So let's try to come up with the right answer to this one. If you're Apple, do you allow bad guys to use iPhones, knowing that it is within your right to control how your trademarked and or copyrighted imagery is displayed in a commercial production like a Hollywood film?
If it was me,
Yeah.
without the context of you potentially countering, I would. Now I am considering that like
What does that bad guy do?
iPhones are for douche whatevers. Bags is not a bad word, whatever, is like a thing. And if your bad guy is that, you're reinforcing that stereotype. So I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying it's a stereotype. Hold on,
Yeah.
careful.
Okay.
So like I could see if that starts becoming a problem for their marketing department,
Right.
that their marketing department might want to counter that. But there's also good guys that are douchebags. So like
Yeah.
I don't think I don't necessarily know that it accomplishes anything.
I don't know what the right answer is because honestly, if it was me, I would probably care a little bit. Like when we distributed, LTT water bottles and underwear and all that kind of stuff to influencers. That's yours.
Cool.
When we distributed a bunch of water bottles and stuff to influencers, it's not like I went out and found people that I think are buttheads and like had
Right,
them
but
repping
this
the merch.
but this isn't Apple distributing the phones for the movies.
That's true.
This would be like you telling an influencer that you'll sue them if they use your water bottle.
That's true, but I guess what I'm saying is if I have the ability to have my merchandise be in the hands and on the rumps of people that I think are cool
Yeah.
versus if it's on someone that I think is not cool, I would definitely choose that.
Sure.
Not that I actually think any of our viewers are stupid enough to think because some butthead were actually, okay. Maybe this matters more than I thought. Like think about Supreme.
Yeah.
You see someone wearing a Supreme hat. First thought, go.
Rich, really bad with money, douche.
Okay. So maybe this matters. I wonder if this is a policy that came about because Apple had problems with it. Because you think about it.
That's what I was saying though. Is like if they recognize that perception.
Like nowadays, Android phones cost as much or more than an iPhone.
Yeah.
But in the early days of the iPhone, it was very, very expensive and like a status symbol that
Yeah.
could have potentially been utilized as a way to portray someone as snobby in a film. So maybe.
I think that era is where that stereotype came from. I don't
Right.
really think it applies
So
very
that-
well anymore.
I mean, that would be when? That would be like the early, like 3GS, 4,
Yeah.
5 era kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like,
but that's when those types of things get established.
right. Interesting. You know what?
Like one that I would bring up is in terms of like association that you don't ask for and it goes really poorly is I'm gonna use words that sound like I'm not serious about it, but it's just because I don't want the video to get in trouble. That
Thanks.
pew pew thing that was really bad that happened in New Zealand.
Yes.
He named PewDiePie.
Yes. And for some reason, even though Felix had nothing to do with it, all of a sudden there's this association. So
Yeah,
I'm not
and,
going to
like-
say our audience is dumb enough to do that, but people as a whole clearly have trouble differentiating
Yeah,
between.
and like
Yeah.
to be very clear, I don't care what they do because who cares what person uses a phone in a multi-million-dollar movie production? Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Whatever. I don't know. It's so like I can't imagine someone's stance on this where they're like infuriated.
In my movie, everyone would use rotary phones.
Nice.
I actually watched.
That would actually be hilarious.
I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with my kids the other night.
Oh man.
It-
He's coming back for another one.
No.
Yeah. No. Seriously.
Rick Moranis is coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have picked the Shrunk the Kids franchise if I was to
I'm pretty
be
sure
like,
it's
hey,
that.
Ricky, come on back. Let's do a movie, please.
Rick Moranis to make Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot after 23-year break.
Wow.
Canadian actor and oh my god, this website is horrible. Look at this viewport. What is this?
Well,
The
your
Guardian?
privacy is very important. Actually, you know what? It's okay. When you click that, it goes away.
Like,
and you're pretty good.
but look at this. Look at this viewport.
I know. Just click. You're okay with that. It's okay. It's okay.
No.
Why would he come back with a reboot, though?
Does it like?
He did so much original stuff.
Go away.
Officially returning. I'm kind of jazzed though. I'm gonna go see that.
Yeah. Well, I just think that's really cool.
You know what? That movie is extraordinarily poorly rated on like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny reading critics' reviews of kids' movies that you watched when you were a kid.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Because you've got that nostalgia filter for it where you appreciated it for what it was, a movie for kids. Whereas they're going in and talking about how the narrative flow wasn't this or the acting of the kids was not that or whatever. And I'm looking at it going, dude, I was like 6. It was awesome. What are you talking about?
Okay.
My kids loved it, which is surprising given how out of date a lot of things inherently are about it. Like the idea that you would need an intercom in your house to talk to someone on another floor, you know?
Yeah.
And that was like a kooky, high-tech idea, you know?
Okay. Business idea.
Yes.
Spoiled candy. Review rating website just for kids, movies, and stuff. Not based on professional critics.
Based on kids.
Based on kids that just press the button as they leave the theater.
Did you just call it a theater?
Yeah. Cinema?
Theater?
Yeah. Theater?
Cover up, you're Canadian to show it.
I don't know, whatever. But you just press the button.
I like it.
And you could maybe even have like the attendant guy that's bored anyways at the theater.
Yeah.
Just whatever. Just make sure that they don't like.
Yeah.
But
You'd
like
have to do
just
something.
just press the button, and that's all the input.
But are you allowed to collect data from kids? Would you even be allowed to collect
goodness.
that? So this is why kids don't know what to watch in the cinema.
Cinema. Yeah, I like that one. I'm gonna call it that in the future. But I don't. Maybe you have the parent press it. But like, I feel like that would be cool. Is that? Yeah, that would be bad, wouldn't it? Because that would be collecting data from kids. That sucks. I thought that was a cool idea.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see Rick Moranis come back. He's a Canadian treasure. He stepped back to look after his family after his wife unexpectedly passed away, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and I really respected that decision. But
Yep.
it has also been 23 years, so I respect this decision.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
I think his kids are probably slightly,
Dude.
7
okay.
out of 10 grown up at this point,
Yeah.
or not. In which case, I guess he wasn't doing a great job anyway. Well, that's not a nice thing to say, but I know nothing about his family life, and that's been kind of the point. Is he's just gone completely dark.
The fact that he made that move and the fact that he dedicated to that move makes me assume that he's probably
I respect it.
yeah
I respect
probably
it.
doing pretty good.
Just like I respect my transition to our sponsor, Vessi Footwear. Can I get you to hold this water for me, sir?
Yes.
Why, thank you, Vanna. All right, Vessi Footwear, it's waterproof. Check this out. Look at that. No water at all. No, I'm just kidding. You can't actually pour the water into the shoe. It's okay, I got another one. Vessi Footwear. The shoes are super light. They are waterproof. You can walk through the mud. You can walk through the rain, through the slush. Anything that's made of water and something, and your feet will stay dry. They're super light. They're super comfortable. They're nice and stretchy. They're breathable. You can get $25 off with offer code Linus Tech Tips over on VessiFootwear.com/Linus Tech Tips. They've got both men's and women's styles with lots of different colors and cool stuff like that. So go check them out. The show is also brought to you by Displate. Displate is that.
It's Displate.
Hey, this is great. The U.S. patent for cable tie.
You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't.
It's been back there like a lot.
I face this way. Some of us are paying attention to our jobs, Luke. Okay?
This isn't my job.
Some of us are Vanna. Some of us are whoever the guy who hosted that show was.
I don't get paid for this.
That's true. Displate is a magnet-mounted metal print. It's durable. You don't need any power tools to hang it. They've got over 250,000 different art styles spanning a bunch of different arts spanning a bunch of different styles and influences. With their easy magnet mounting, there are no holes on the wall, and they're easily replaceable, and they plant trees every time you purchase a Displate. How can you go wrong? We even have our own line of Displates over at Displate.com/Linus Tech Tips/portraits. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's loading. I hate the Wi-Fi on this laptop. There it is. Hey, we got a WAN show one now. That's new.
Oh,
I like it.
cool.
It's a little out of date and just in time for us to
Get a new shirt.
rip that logo. Okay, so whatever. The left hand's not talking to the right hand, but that's all good. Hey, get it right away before I decide that that doesn't make any sense to have there and discontinue it. So head to lmg.gg/DisplateWAN. Use offer code LTT to save 15% today. The show's also brought to you by Private Internet Access. You know what I'm really liking about my latest resolution for our VPN sponsor spots? Like, we have talking points, but they're totally optional.
Yeah.
PIA, if you're a filthy pirate and you don't want to get any letters from your ISP, use PIA. There you go. It works. It does exactly what you would think it does, and it's fast. They've got over 3,000 servers in 32 countries, no bandwidth caps, and you can try it risk-free with their 7-day money-back guarantee. It's one of those things where I'm not going to promote that use case. I'm just going to say that this product would work for that use case if you wanted it to. They've got their kill switch, which allows They've got a kill switch which allows PIA to shut off your internet connection if the VPN becomes disconnected unexpectedly. That way you won't accidentally leak out any of what you're uploading or downloading or accessing or whatever the case may be.
It also lets you access content from other countries as if you're from that country,
Yes.
so that you can tell everyone that that's why you use it.
Except Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix has figured that out pretty good, although
Which is hilarious because a lot of people still say that's why they use it, even though it doesn't work.
what's interesting is once IPv6 rolls out, Netflix may not be able to block data center IPs the way that they do now. That's one of the reasons that they've held out for so long. So once consumers start actually generating a significant number of complaints because they are on IPv6 because they can't get IPv4 addresses, Netflix is probably going to have to switch to IPv6, and their current process where they just manually blacklist data center IPs is simply not going to be tenable.
Big yikes.
They will not be able to do that. So I'm stoked because we had wanted to do the DIY VPN solution to accessing US Netflix. That was kind of the intent behind that video. And then I was really frustrated when I found out that unless you can deploy your VPN in a consumer's house with a consumer IP or a data center one that has been whitelisted, then you're done. It won't work.
You might be able to do, I mean, this might not be the greatest idea, but you might be able to do like, hey, have a friend in a different country?
We did talk about
Get
that.
him to his, okay. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, be a buddy, be a pal, pay them $10 a month or
share a
whatever.
pipe.
So, yeah, exactly. Share a pipe. Man, that would be a pretty easy way to get your internet connection paid for. Just find like 5 or 6 people overseas.
Yeah.
If you're an American, find like a few people overseas that just want a VPN through your connection. Although, depending what they do, it could be a
I
problem.
was just going to say, you have to trust them to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But you could, yeah, no, never mind. That doesn't
Yeah,
work.
so anyway, lmg.gg/PIAWAN. Go check it out. It's affordable. You can use it on 5 devices at once with a single account. And we are going to move on to the rest of the show. Microsoft drops the Xbox Series X tech specs, and they're actually looking pretty good, but nothing really that unexpected.
Yeah.
So they're confirming that the console's APU is using... AMD really, really wants APU to take off, don't they?
They do.
They're
really still trying.
They're still trying. You know what? Love it. That was a misshapen heart. Let me see if I can do any better than that.
Might have been more accurate, though.
Yeah, it's like... There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
So the APU is using AMD's RDNA 2 architecture for the integrated graphics. AMD previously disclosed that RDNA 2 would include hardware ray tracing functionality. The GPU alone will have 12 teraflops of computing power, twice as much as the current Xbox One X. Okay, I mean, that's not that fast. That new horsepower will be used to drive frame rates up to 120 FPS.
Whoa!
The new console will support HDMI 2.1, something that no consumer graphics card does. Yeah, now. I mean, the console's not coming out for another 8 months or whatever. By that time, I'm pretty sure NVIDIA's 3000 series is going to be out. Okay. Variable rate shading will also be a feature.
It's still a feature, okay?
On the new console. It is. It's a good feature.
It is.
I'm happy to see that feature will be supported, especially because even if this GPU is not going to run next generation games at like 8K 60 FPS or whatever, HDMI 2.1 means, and it'll have enough power to decode video, for example. HDMI 2.1 means that this will be F-word, future-proof, for your 60 hertz 8K TV that you upgrade to down the line as content eventually rolls out.
And it's nice that they're forward thinking enough to be pushing something that's going to be like very, very new at that time, because people use these Xboxes for very long periods of time.
Quick resume sounds pretty cool.
Quick resume is sweet.
So this feature saves the state of multiple games so that players can jump around in apps like they do on their phones.
Very, very, very cool if you are like a kid or something in a family and you all share the Xbox and it's like not your turn.
Or if you're an adult in a family.
And you share the console and it's not your turn.
That's right. That's right. You know it.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, save states. It's not quite the same as save states where you could save it and come back to it later. Mind you, so many games have autosave now that save states aren't really a major concern. But I could see this being great for just like the kind of person who just kind of jumps around from one thing to another. Like if you're into single player games and you're just like, you know what, that's enough Tomb Raider for now. Like I'm bored. I'm going to switch over to, you know, I wanted to say Uncharted. Oh, wrong console. But yeah, I can see that being an absolutely fantastic feature. Another thing is audio ray tracing. Okay. Can everybody just chillax a little bit on the whole audio ray tracing thing? Audio ray tracing, the feature, what the feature is described as rays that would broadcast from the character's ears and then be traced as they bounce off and interact with the environment. Okay, this is called, what was it? EAX, I think? Environmental Audio Extension. Hold on a second. EAX 5. Let's see. Voice is processable. Pure path. Shoot. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I might be wrong.
I've heard it called this before.
Creative might have never had a ray traced style of audio bouncing. I thought they did.
I've heard it called this not within the last bit. I've heard it called this like year or two ago.
Well, I think that when AMD launched their Hawaii series of GPUs, they were talking about this. Hawaii GPU, audio.
Well, I think VRWorks Audio, I'm trying to look it up right now. I think VRWorks Audio also works kind of the same way.
True Audio is what AMD called this thing. True Audio, AMD. Just trying to think. GPU open, True Audio, dedicated coprocessor. Oh yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Noise.
Expensive advanced audio signal processing like convolution, reverberation effects, and 3D audio effects.
So NVIDIA was calling it path traced audio like a couple years ago, or a few years ago, somewhere on there.
Okay. Sorry, we're like doing research for the show on the show, but you guys knew what you were tuning into.
This happens.
Creative path traced audio. Okay, I was sure they did something with their like hardware audio processors, like
path tracing,
way back in the day. Oh well, I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, there was a Reddit thread there that said ray traced sound, and it was a post from 2018. So it's been I don't know if there's been a super established term, but people seem to be sticking with Ray. Mr. Ray.
Yep, no one seems to. How does Linus still look straight out of 2008, but he still fly AF 100? Hey, I'm not 100, okay? Jeez. Anyway, that sounds super cool,
Yeah,
I guess.
sure.
PlayStation 5 has been hinted at having this as well. I wonder if it actually uses the same, like some successor to True Audio.
Yeah.
Although I thought they killed the True Audio processor on a subsequent GPU. Maybe they're bringing it back or something, or maybe they're just
Integrating.
doing it in compute.
Yeah.
Slickwarps. This was
Epic.
unbelievable. Did you follow this whole thing? Did you read the whole article on Medium?
I did not read the whole article.
Oh, man.
It was taken down. It was probably mirrored somewhere, but I didn't.
I found a
follow
mirror.
it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. Did it ever get put back up on Medium?
Not as far as I know.
Oh, interesting.
It might. I haven't been following this way too closely. I looked into it a little bit, kind of laughed, and then moved on. Leaks are so common these days. Like, Have I Been Pwned has so much stuff on it.
Yeah, this is hilarious. So Slickwarps is a maker of vinyl skins for phones, tablets, and other electronics. And they announced last week that they suffered a data breach. The announcement came after many customers received an email from Slickwarps that appeared to be sent by a hacker who was inside their system claiming to have stolen customer data. The person who sent this email said they learned how to access Slickwarps data by reading a now deleted Medium post by an individual that goes by the alias Lynx 0x00. Lynx claimed that the Slickwarps phone case customization page had a vulnerability that allowed someone to upload any file to any location in the highest directory on their server. They said they used the vulnerability to access resumes of current and past Slickwarps employees, 9 gigs of customer photos uploaded to the case customization tool, all Slickwarps admin account details, including password hashes, all current and historical customer billing addresses, shipping addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, and their customer transaction history. They even had total revenue numbers for the company. They had everything. They even got access to the company's content management system.
Epic.
The best part is the Twitter DMs. So this penetration tester attempted to reach out to Slickwarps and get them to fix the issue, starting with, of course, looking for a bounty, which would be great, and then eventually settling on, you guys just need to actually fix this. Slickwarps was as spectacularly unhelpful as they could have possibly been. Happy to help. What's your order number? Are you looking for a bounty? Unblock me. Done. Then they say, hello, we're not looking for a bounty. We're not looking for you to actively, we're looking for you to notify your customers of the data breach, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they claim the account was run by a third party. Why are you doing this? Are you able to help? We're just a social team. Okay. And then they just blocked him. So he said, oh yeah, after this is great. Found the CEO's email by looking through the company records, accessed through the vulnerabilities. After sending the email, he was blocked again by @Slickwarps within 3 minutes. Just the amount of trying, oh, sorry, I wasn't screen sharing with you guys. The amount of butt covering that was going on here was just amazing.
So did he inform them before this long post?
Yes.
So that's really the crazy thing to me. So if you run anything on the web, you will very likely at some point in time be contacted by someone, and they're going to go, oh, hey, I noticed you should probably update these things. They're not great. You should probably do that.
Immediately.
Yeah. Or at least look into it and make sure they're not baiting you into a 0 day or something like that. Just do a little bit of research, make sure it's not nefarious. But there's a lot of people out there that are really, really good at stuff, and they will often try to help you, and it's very, very nice when they do so. Don't just block them and treat them badly, because they probably all already know how to screw you over. So be nice. I don't understand how that's difficult logic to comprehend. I just I don't know. They're doing you a really big favor.
Here's the archived Medium article. Payment gateway logs in the CMS. At this point, I could have deleted their entire company. So they sent them a couple tweets. The first one was less obtuse than that. It was a little bit more specific.
Yeah.
Looks like your customers aren't happy. So they posted this as a screenshot they took from the internal system, and then Slickwarps tried to reach out being oh, what's the problem with your case? It's not that. The whole thing is just so much fail. And they went back and they went in and they were trying to fix things internally, but they just fixed it all wrong. They didn't fix the actual exploit that was allowing this penetration tester to do whatever they wanted.
Yikes.
Okay. Well, rip Slickwarps, I suppose. Once again, I have dodged a bullet. I don't think we ever worked with Slickwarps.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think we were a D-brand shop from day zero. So, yay! Good job.
But like I just want to call attention to like the sheer amount of data breaches and remind people to just try to. This is haveibeenpwned.com. This website's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, Troy Hunt's amazing.
Yeah,
he runs it.
Really cool setup. And you can see Slickwarps accounts right here. But there's also lots of other breaches. This is recently added, and it has one from like 2016. But I'm assuming
adult friend finder.
Pretty epic.
Okay, those can't all be real. There's no way
I love how
friend finder had 170 million users.
I love
Get
how
real.
I do love how it's 169.
Does Adult Friend Finder still exist? I used to see banner ads for it all the time, back before like banner ads
were
intelligently
cleansed.
targeted people. Yeah.
I have no idea. My favorite one was that cheating on your partner website.
Ashley Madison.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was hilarious.
When they got breached and like people had to have some real awkward conversations.
Yeah, I wonder how many relationships ended because of that breach.
I don't know. I would say probably
it got,
a significant
like
number.
surprisingly quiet right afterwards, which I found interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's tons of breaches all the time. Update your passwords all over the place.
Yep.
Because you don't want like your your Reddit account to get breached, and then allow that to make it so that people can get into your bank.
Yep.
Or something like that. So just try to separate your accounts, get a password manager, split everything up. Use 2FA.
I have a big announcement.
Okay.
Tickets for LTX 2020
Oh,
are going live next Friday, March the 6th at noon Pacific Standard Time.
wow.
So there's a news post with ticket pricing. We're going to go ahead and pull that up for you guys. Saturday pass, $35. Sunday pass, $35. 2-day pass, $60.
Deal.
DreamHack BYOC pass, $95, which also includes a 2-day pass. DreamHack BYOC plus pass. Wait, no, I lied. Hold on.
Huh?
BYOC plus pass. Plus 2-day. Wait, what?
What?
I don't understand that. Okay, we're gonna have to work on that. Don't worry about it.
So-
Fortunately, the ticket sales are not live, so.
Are they
Wait.
letting
Oh,
you buy a
BYOC
one-day?
plus. I don't know what BYOC plus is. Plus. Okay, we should use the word plus.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I will let Chase know that we should use the word plus. Actually, he'll probably hear it through the grapevine at this point.
Yeah, that's really unfortunately misleading. But yay, no sales yet. So plus, DreamHack BYOC Plus, this year we are expanding the BYOC to feature a BYOC Plus option with an improved 1 gig uplink, increased connection speeds, and an exclusive DreamHack X LTX merch item.
Cool.
So faster internet and merch.
Sweet.
Sick.
The office tour is $50 and limited availability. The VIP pass is $500 and limited availability, and the merch pack is $30. I don't know what's included in the merch pack. I guess we'll find out.
I like that shirt.
Oh yeah, it looks really sharp in person.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm just going to throw a note in there because some people might be like, whoa, the BYOC Plus Pass is like real expensive. Getting faster internet in one of these situations is real freaking expensive.
And very important.
Yes.
Because if you forget to download some, like, let's say, for example, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Download that before you come.
Yeah.
I actually, I didn't get into that game. So the first time that I installed it was yesterday.
Okay.
And I was like, I says pardon? 160 gigs for a game?
I'm telling you, we shouldn't have abandoned the discs.
I know, right? Well, what disc would you put that on?
Well,
How many Blu-rays would that be? We'd be going back to. Remember when Far Cry came on 5 CDs?
It'd still be easier to manage.
We'd be back
but
to that.
They have multi-layer Blu-ray discs. Is there one big enough that could hold that?
No,
I think it'd go up to 100, right?
I can't remember.
You'd have to get 2.
Hasn't
still.
been relevant for a
Yeah, I'll
while.
have day 0 patches anyway.
What can I do for you, sir?
Did you figure out the list
Of?
that you were confused by the?
Oh yeah, we did. We're just saying
We did.
It
It's
should
just
be,
really dumb.
Yeah, I didn't see it before it went up.
And
We need to change
VIP
it.
Pass shouldn't look different than all the other ones. Why is it in the middle of the thing and just looking different than all
I
the
thought
other
that was a category. I didn't
No.
even
I
like.
didn't see it before it went up.
Yeah, so let's
need
get
to change it.
those. This looks great.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yep.
That whole thing. The
this-
shirt looks great, and the whole picture
Yep.
looks
The
great.
merch pack looks great.
Well laid out.
Good job, Nick.
Good job.
Yeah, I know
person
you
that
didn't
we
do it.
can't name.
Yep.
I.
Good job overseeing that.
Yeah.
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 Hey.
Yeah. Management.
Management. Yeah. Yeah. Management.
Business.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Business time. Really?
You guys are such douches. But yes, we need to update that graphic. You know, if you can buy a BOSE ticket and a VIP ticket without having to pay the extra $60 for a 2-day ticket, do you know how they're setting that up? Okay, we should probably figure that out before Friday.
If you can afford a VIP ticket, it probably doesn't matter.
Wow.
Well, I'm just saying.
Some people save up because they like you, Linus.
I don't
Is
think
that
they
so
like me.
wrong?
I don't think they like me.
They just want an excuse to
Can't-
harass them in person.
Can't be right. Can't be right. Also, I think we talked through the confirmed guests last year, but we do have some attractions. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Linus's screen. PC Build Workshop, Beginner's Guide to Water Cooling, My First 3D Print, Soldering 101. Don't worry, I won't be teaching it. Vintage Computers, courtesy of Tech Tangents,
Hey.
previously known as Akbakuku.
Oh, that's probably a better name.
Find your favorite mechanical switches. So we're going to have 36 keyboards that appear identical but feature a range of tactile, clicky, and linear switches under the hood.
Very cool. You guys, so one thing about this is I actually really liked one of the keyboards in that test. And then I tried to look up buying one afterwards because my keyboard still doesn't work and I have no idea how to fix it. And I couldn't find any. So you guys should have if you want one, here's an affiliate link.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of Minesweeper. No more Minesweeper challenge. It's going to be Space Cadet Table this time.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yep.
That's really cool.
There will be prizes.
That's awesome.
We've got a thumbnail editing challenge. Hate our thumbnails. Let's see how you could do it better. We're going to have Swag Mountain, Get Bouldering. We are partnering with Project Climbing to bring a 25-foot portable climbing wall to LTX this year because why not? Single player VR. Escape VR is going to, they're going to be back. Oh, heck yeah. Up to 6 players simultaneously. Bring a friend.
Cool.
Old school 1v1. Oh, just so this was at LTX 2018. Remember that just stupid random
Wasn't it
1v1?
Versus Ed?
I played Quake 3 and someone won the
okay.
Gucci sandals off me.
Oh.
So yeah, we'll do prizes and stuff. It'll be great. We're gonna have a free play zone. There's gonna be a lounge with arcade games, retro consoles, a console LAN party, just a rest area, and just lots of. There's gonna be so much stuff.
BS mods again.
Oh heck yeah!
Of course, but I'm just still excited.
There's gonna be lots of special guests. I mean, we talked through it last week, but we might as well have a look at it again. Low Spec Gamer, Tech Tangents, Ant Venom, Austin Evans, Jay's 2 Cents. Is Gamers Nexus on here? Yeah, Gamers Nexus, David ML, Bitwit, Strange Parts, Greg Salazar from, not Science Studio anymore. Sorry. Not Science Studio. Greg Salazar, Epos Vox, Dewey Does Tech Stuff. I'm sorry, anyone that I didn't name. You're all cool too.
David Emil.
It's going to be great. And there's more that are not on there yet. That actually hasn't been updated in a little bit. I plan to blow as much money as I can on bringing creators to LTX. So anyone who is willing to come, assuming that they have enough of a following that people will recognize them there. That's sort of my bar. Hey, it doesn't cost anything to reach out and we can see what we can do for you. There is a finite amount of money, but I want to make sure that this is the gathering for the tech creator community.
Do you know David and I went scuba diving together?
Oh, Hardware Canucks just confirmed.
Oh, that's cool.
I just heard from them, so they're going to be there.
Good.
You and David Amell?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Cool. He's
Yeah.
a nice guy.
Yeah, we were hanging out at Computex, and we were discussing what we were doing afterwards. And I talked about how I was going south in Taiwan. I was going to go scuba diving, and he was like, "Sure." And it was actually really fun.
He's a pretty chill dude.
Yeah, it was dope. That was a very fun little vacation thing.
I've actually got one more announcement as well.
Okay.
Carpool Critics is getting a YouTube channel. Not getting. Carpool Critics has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So we just launched it. So we're hoping to have 100,000 subscribers within the first couple of
tomorrow.
hours, just like how we do, you know.
This can be the first button that you use for the case. That's probably a bad idea. You probably want to keep that one.
So the last 4 episodes were betting on the Oscars, featuring Brandon, Sonic the Hedgehog, The Matrix. So like it's going to be a mixture of new stuff, old stuff. They did Spirited Away, The Matrix, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Brandon. I don't know if all of them are here, but
And Brandon.
Oh, sorry, Brandon. The Oscars thing with Brandon. Yes. So the first one, it only goes back to episodes from about 2 months ago. But Knives Out, which is the movie we were actually talking about earlier in the show, is one of them in here. That one was pretty good. So
I haven't.
It
says surprise best movie of the year, and then that's the thumbnail. I haven't seen Knives Out yet. I hope it's great. I hope it's so great that he never returns to anything related to Star Wars. That's what I hope.
Ouch. Ouch.
I wish him the best of luck with anything unrelated to Star Wars.
Sick burn. All right. Last big topic of the day. This was posted originally on Engadget. This car apparently can be driven without a license and costs just $22 a month.
So, does it get classified as like a scooter?
I think that has to be what's going on here. Tiny 2-seater. As long as you are 14 years old in France or 16 in other European countries, it's called the AMI, and you do not need a license. 5.5 kilowatt-hour battery under the floor, 44 miles on a single charge. You can plug into any standard 220-volt outlet. It only goes up to 28 miles an hour. So yes, you can only really... This is basically like a glorified Power Wheels.
Yeah.
It's like Power Wheels for big kids.
Yeah.
And that seems pretty cool because, I mean, if you were already able to rip around on your electric bicycle, which fundamentally is a motorcycle, if we're being honest, what difference does it make if you're ripping around on your electric thing with 4 wheels?
And like, you're more protected from rain.
Yeah, I don't see the difference here. I think it's pretty cool. It's like crazy. Like I'm amazed that regulators allowed this because for some reason we've always had this line. How many wheels does it have? Hey, hold on a second here. Huh? Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah. No more of that. So €20 per month for a long-term rental of 2 years with an initial down payment of $2,900 or €2,644.
That's a bit of a down payment.
You can also buy it outright for €6,000. That is pretty cheap, depending on the kind of town that you live in.
Yeah, so if you're never going to go on a highway because you can't, that's probably fine. And that might actually be a really good, I don't know if kids in Europe want me to encourage this, but that might be a really good solution for some parents. Here's your car. You can't go on the highway.
And you can't go very far.
You can't go very far. So have fun driving around very locally. I will always know where you are.
You know what? It's funny. Like, I would have hated it when I was a teenager, but like some of Tesla's features, for example, that allow parents to put it in kid mode and like limit the speed and know where they are and stuff like that, I am super into that for when my kids are teens. Like,
I had a sports car convertible. My parents probably thought I was
think calling
fine.
that a sports car.
It's technically a sports car.
I think
it is technically a sports car. Just like the PT Cruiser is technically a truck.
Okay. So, guys, this was his car.
Look that up if you want. It's funny.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Oh, wait. No, you didn't have a Sunfire. What was it?
Bird? Was it Sunbird?
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. I think that was it. Yeah. That's pretty close. It's not. I don't think that's exactly it, but it's pretty close. What?
This is so useless.
Do
you remember when you
give me the old Google images?
Yeah. Do you remember when you could just click on the picture and end up looking at the picture?
So
like,
mine
remember
was
that?
mine was 3 years older than this. This is actually newer.
This is the one I rescued him from the bridge
It like blew up.
in the middle of the bridge.
If you want to go watch amazing content on my YouTube channel that I haven't uploaded anything to in 4
that's
years,
right.
it is there.
Luke.
It got the
Loughlin-
first dislike
Yeah.
it ever had by us sharing it on this show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I still haven't
that's a
uploaded any
shame.
more stuff.
Here it is. Here it is. So this is the video. You know what? Don't copyright strike me, please.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. No, I won't do that.
So this is Luke having people drive around him on the bridge into Richmond. Oh, man.
Dude, this worked though, and I had the radio on, and they even talked about how like it was actually working because I was at just before the crest of the bridge, so you could see me like way down the road. So there was actually like you can see traffic is actually flowing pretty good, and there's a huge gap behind me because people are splitting way ahead of time, and it was actually it was going okay.
Yeah. How did I get there so fast?
Motorbike.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind. Okay. I mean, I got there in a perfectly reasonable amount of time.
That was back when
Why did I need to be
you were a
there?
little quick. BCAA.
Oh, that's right. I have a BCAA membership and you don't.
And like as long as you were physically there, it was fine.
Then
or
they would
whatever.
tow it for nothing.
Yeah.
That's right. Why do you get to piggyback? Why do you get to piggyback on all my stuff? You're on my Google Play Music.
That's great.
I'm sure
by
you're
the
on
way.
at least something else.
Probably.
There's got to be at least something else. You're
Yeah.
probably like on my PIA account, and I don't even realize because I only use it
I
on like one
was
device.
for a long time, but I'm not anymore. But I still,
Probably because you got it for free because
Yes.
you work here, sort of.
yeah.
Oh man, you are the biggest cheapskate of all time.
Hey man,
All right.
don't hate the something, whatever. You know.
Don't hate the player.
I don't know if you can
I
call
think
me
I
a
can
player
hate
in
the
that
player.
situation.
You are a player. You're playing. You're straight playing.
Hey, you,
All right.
you get 3 or something, right? And you probably didn't use the other ones.
Yeah, you get 5.
You get 5.
Yeah.
There's no way you used all those.
No, I didn't actually. All right. Wow, you guys are doing a pretty good job.
Like quadrupled the subs.
Yeah,
or
we've got
something.
over 1,000 subscribers on Carpool Critics. Go check it out. Anyway, let's go through some super chats, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good. There's not that much. YouTube, you're drunk again.
Okay.
Go home, says Jacob.
That Billie Eilish one's actually pretty funny.
Poor Billie Eilish banned from iPhones.
She's got a song called Bad Guy.
Oh, I'm officially old. So the only reason that I have any idea who Billie Eilish is, the only reason is that I saw the memes from the Oscars.
Okay.
That's it. Or was it the Oscars? Grammys? Something. Doesn't matter.
My girlfriend is a ridiculously huge fan of The Office.
Yeah.
And apparently she is. And the guy that plays Dwight did like an interview thing with her. And it was all over my YouTube suggested, probably because of my girlfriend.
Okay. So anyway, I'm officially old.
Yeah.
I had no idea who she was. I have never
she's
heard one of
huge.
her songs. I know this for a fact because, like, apparently she's amazing. So I guess I'd remember it.
I watched it. I know this is like super cliche modern YouTube content, whatever, but I watched a pastor watching her music videos, and it was actually hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? Are they super edgy or something?
They're pretty like they're very dramatized. They're very like, how do I say this? Reaction provoking YouTube videos. Like one of them, she has like black like ink stuff like pouring from her eyes and stuff. Like they're relatively intense, I would say. I don't know.
Okay.
There are some pretty that one
Okay.
gets a little weird.
Neat.
You'll definitely get claimed if you play this.
No, I'm. Oh, wow. Shoot. Yep. There you go. Fixed
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. And his reactions were just funny. He was cool with it. It was actually a very wholesome video in the end. Yeah, it's later on. I think it's right about yeah.
Okay, that's some cool effects.
Yeah, I actually thought it looked pretty sweet. They ran tubes down and then like make-upped over them and stuff.
Wow, that's really cool.
I don't know. It's kind of. I'm not trying to defend myself. I don't listen to her music. I don't know why I know all this stuff, but I do.
Wow, that has 500 million views.
That's probably why I know.
Wow, neat. Cool.
I think we should go
I'll
through the
try
rest
it
of them
later.
before you get in trouble.
Yep. And it wouldn't be wrong. Imre says, my first super chat. Does a small partition with a lot of writes on an SSD wear out faster than a neighboring big partition with less writes? No, because the SSD dynamically moves around which flash cells it's using.
Addressable locations instead of moving data.
Thomas says, hey, Linus and Luke, what's your favorite tech? Xbox. I don't
Sponsored
know.
by Microsoft.
LTT Store Dot Com. I don't know. All of it, right? Like, that's the whole idea. Thomas says, I like this show, and the flaws with a smile is what gives it character.
It's pretty good.
Flaws with a smile. Thanks, Kai Bear. Nicholas says, is there somewhere we can buy that gold on black water bottle? I'm glad you asked.
LTT Store Dot Com.
I think we're out of stock right now.
Oh.
Yeah, we're waiting for more stock.
I was saying, Nick,
delayed.
we should have ones that you can read the name and stuff. Because on the WAN show from far away, it just looks like a black water bottle.
Okay.
And I purposefully drink from them every show.
Vitor says, could you elaborate about what happened on that T-Mobile video? It felt really out of place for LTT. 5G is cool and all, but the video was awkward. Well, what happened was we shot a video, and the whole idea was like it was going to be like timely and around the Super Bowl, and then it wasn't. And so by the time the video was actually going to be released, some of the things that were said in the video were like kind of weird and random. Like the original recording of the video included me alluding to the potential merger between Sprint and T-Mobile, which like 4 days after we shot, so before we could have finished editing it, was confirmed. And then the most hilarious part is that we weren't even able to include that part in the video because of concerns that if we were speculating about it in a sponsored by T-Mobile piece of content, that maybe that would be bad in some way. But then by the time it went through, it wouldn't have mattered. I could have just said using Sprint's midband, this strategy is going to make it so that there's kind of a best of all worlds approach to 5G on T-Mobile's network. That's really cool. It's going to take some time to roll out. It's more about the future. The thing about that video is people are super mad. But most of what people are mad about, as far as I can tell, is not actually anything that was in the video. The video is full of factual information about 5G and T-Mobile's network and their competitors' network, because I would never upload something that wasn't, to the best of my knowledge, even if it is sponsored, words that I believe.
I didn't watch it, but everything you just said makes sense. There's a lot of energy around anything that says 5G on it these days.
And anything sponsored,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of negative energy around both of those things
Yes.
in some cases. But like a lot of what people were mad about is like, you're not even addressing the like the fact that 5G is a weapon. Of course not. Because that's stupid. Like, all I can do is talk about what it is. I can't address everything that it's not. It's not gonna turn your skin blue. Like, do you need me to say that? So
Technically not proven.
yeah, technically not proven. Thank you for that, Luke.
Ew.
That's perfect. I'm thankful that you're here as my co-host today in this trying moment.
Got him.
Into it.
So yeah, I mean the thing is, people are super mad. A lot of people are misunderstanding. It's hilarious because Yvonne even told me, she was like, I don't think that your intro to the video, where you start out by saying I want to address some of the questions or misunderstandings people had last time, she was like, I think that was a bad foot to lead off on. But that was the video. Like that's what I was trying to do. And in spite of me going straight at that, like directly, hey guys, this misunderstanding that low band 5G is the same as low band 4G. That's not correct. And yet people are like, you didn't even address that it's using the same bands and it's the same thing. Yes, I did. And no, they are not the same thing. And no, there is not going to be an immediate benefit where you should run out and throw away your 4G phone, which I literally said in the video. But it's more about what's coming down the pipe. I also didn't say go and buy, these 5G phones that don't have full support for all the different bands. I specifically didn't say that because that would be bad advice. Unfortunately, in the video, I say, wait for the upcoming Samsung devices that support all the bands. Unfortunately, by the time the video came out, those devices were already announced. So it just made no sense.
So I have a extremely
Yes.
off-topic question from
Yes.
the Floatplane chat. They want a UPS update.
Oh, Vaughn, do you want to give us the UPS update?
Well, we had to get
The mic's over here.
Oh, man, Am I supposed to come?
It can hear. It can hear.
You can just stand near. Yeah.
just
But
project.
get a little
project.
closer. You're nowhere near the frame.
Oh, I can't tell. Okay, so
You can-
we have to cut a hole into that wall, but it's a load-bearing wall, so we need an engineer to look at it, and we need to get permits, and even then, the new UPS is longer than the old one, so we actually have to cut 2 holes into that room, so we gotta figure that out. It's a work in progress.
That sucks.
So we're gonna make a video about it, including with Eaton, the manufacturer of the one that blew up, and the manufacturer of the one that we are replacing it with, showing sort of what we did right, what we did wrong, and how to make sure that your UPS doesn't also blow up. So thanks for tuning in, guys.
Okay.
That's it for the WAN show today. We'll see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. We actually considered doing same bad time, same bad channel on the shirt, but that's not what I've been saying. I could lie and say that's what I've been saying all this time. That would be funny. All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Okay, I need to make sure I end the YouTube event this time, because in much the same way that the YouTube stream doesn't start
That's
until you
what
press
happened.
it. Yes. So you have to end it in. So you have to end the YouTube stream in the YouTube dashboard, then end OBS. and it
That
plays
would
the
make
other
my
video.
snowboard streams a lot easier.
Yes.
Because a big problem with them is when I go on the back side of the mountain, I lose signal. When I'm on the near side of the mountain, I actually have really good signal,
All right.
and then it just tanks.
We lose signal. Mainstream turn off.
Bye.
Oh wait, hold on. Thanks, Dax. Hold on. Thanks, Mike. There's just a couple of really big super chats that I realized. Thanks, Kai Bear, that I did not reply to. My bad, you guys. I suck at super chats.